Hi Mean40 community, welcome back. In today's video, I will show you how to be generous with yourself because you deserve to see the skincare results of all of the efforts that you're putting into. Especially if you are buying high quality, high-end products, which we tend to do in our 40s, and you are waiting to see results. It could be that you're not using enough on your face, your neck, and your hands. So my recommendation is to really change our mindsets, and instead of trying to keep the product on your shelf for as long as possible, I really urge you to think about increasing the amount of product that you put on your face, and also don't skip the neck and the backs of the hands as well, because that's where we also tend to see certain signs of aging that we don't like to see. So really be generous on yourself, and I will show you by demoing the products that I use in the morning and also the ones at night. Let's start off with the first essence and toner. So these are bottles that I opened about 5 to 6 months, and this one's been a bit longer. It's been about 6 months. This one's probably closer to 5. And as you can see, even though I'm being generous, there's still a good amount of product that's left in the bottle. So for the first essence, these are watery, so you would need to use a cotton pad or the palms of your hands. I generally, when I'm in a rush, I just use my palms, and you saw the amount that I kind of 3 taps onto the palms of the hands, and it covers about this much of my palms. So when I do this, you can see my palms are fully saturated, and because they're going to end up on my hands as well, you also want to think about using a little extra so that you can get the optimal amount on your face. And so I tap it in, and then for the essence, I usually use 2 layers because I like the benefits that it provides. It also preps the face for the other skincare products to come. So this one, I'm extra generous. So tap, 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 and the face should look fairly saturated. The second time, I don't forget about the neck. Using the backs of my hands to make sure that any leftover product can be distributed. So that's the essence. I would do the same thing with the toner. 1 layer on days that my skin feels hydrated enough, 2 layers when my skin feels a little bit dry. Next is vitamin C serum, and this one is a very high quality vitamin C serum, and so I've heard from my friends and especially my sister who really loves this product that she tries to save it, so she only uses 1 drop, and I told her 1 drop is not enough. I tend to use about 2 or 3, so it works out to that much, and even with 3 pumps it's not that much. And this I would dot onto my face, paying attention more to my cheeks because that's where a lot of the hyperpigmentation occurs, and then of course on the neck, and then I would use my fingertips to make sure that it gets fully absorbed. See, 3 is enough to really coat the entire area of the cheeks because that's where you want to focus on, and then finally at the end, press it in with the backs of the hands. I like to use an ampoule. This is a more concentrated form of an essence. I love this one. This one I apply to my fingertips, and I do a good 5 drops. So very, very generous. And then I do 2 more drops for the neck. Okay, so even though I've applied 1, 2, 3, 4 products, my skin feels really good and it doesn't feel overly caked on. So then once the ampoule has some time to absorb, then I would end off with my moisturizer. And this is a shea butter moisturizer, which is not too thick, it's very light. And this I would take a 1/4 size amount, like this, maybe even more. So this much. And then again, I would dot my face. It's going in very easily. I don't need to rub it in. And you want to avoid tugging anyways because you don't want the skin to stretch out and sag. After I get dressed, I want the basic skincare layers to be absorbed. So take some time to, oops, forgot to blend my nose. So after the skincare gets fully absorbed, do a mist and then end off with a sunscreen. So the quantity of sunscreen is really important even in the winter time. Most people, they use the 2 fingers like a peace sign and then they draw 2 lines. But what I've been doing is about this much, and I would do 2 layers. So that really ensures that I am getting the coverage, and then again, tapping it with the backs of my hands. Sunscreen takes a bit longer for me because I really like to ensure that I get that full coverage. By picking the right sunscreen, you shouldn't have a white cast and you shouldn't have to rub it in furiously like with some of the thicker mineral sunscreens that I've tried in the past. Even though this one is a mineral sunscreen, it's very watery and gel-like in texture, and so I knew that I found the right one because I don't have to do a lot of vigorous motions. I hope that this video has been really helpful in gauging the amount of product, the quantities that would yield the optimum results on our skin. Please be generous with yourself. Till next time, brush that subscribe button, click like, and I'll see you with the next video and with better skin. Take care.